Hi, everyone. Okay, so what we're going to do on this one is called Rationalize the Denominator. It's not actually assigned EE7, but it is a skill that you need to know, and you will see it later. If you want to practice it, go do EE7, but it is not assigned. And here we go. Get rid of my face first. Yay, that's always a good thing. All right, so rationalize the denominator. So let's say that you have something like 2 over the square root of 3. So here's the thing. This is not simplified. You are not allowed to have a radical, a root, square root, third root, fourth root, any root in the denominator. It means on the bottom of a fraction. So what we have to do is we have to get rid of this. So the way that you do that is I need to multiply this entire thing without changing it. Well, as you know, the only thing you can multiply by and not change it is 1. So whatever I end up multiplying by, it has to be equal to 1. So I'm going to put a big old times sign right here. And the way that I do this is I'm going to do this in 2 parts. First, I want to get rid of this. Well, as you know, the square root of anything times itself. So let's look at that. The square root of anything, square root of x times the square root of x is the square root of x times x, which is the square root of x squared, and the square root of anything squared is just itself. If you wanted to see that in numbers, if I took the square root of 25, now let me undo that, that's not 25, square root of 5 times the square root of 5, so I just took that square root of 5 times itself. Yeah, the bells are still going off, okay. That is equal to the square root of 5 times 5, which is equal to the square root of 25, and of course the square root of 25 is just 5. So what that means is if we want to get whatever's in the bottom of the denominator, or whatever's in the whatever is in the underneath the radical by itself, we just multiply the whole thing by itself. Square root of 5 times square root of 5 is 5. So what I want to do is I want to end up multiplying this by the square root of 3. So I know that the square root of 3 times the square root of 3 is going to be 3. Okay? So here's the thing, though. If I just left it at that, it would change this. So I need this whole thing to be 1. Well, as you know, anything divided by itself is 1. So if I took the square root of 3 divided by the square root of 3, then the whole thing is going to be, and you wouldn't do this every time, I just want to show you, the whole thing would be 1. Okay, so that means I'm taking this right here times 1. All right, so the way we're going to do that is we're just going to go straight across the top, straight across the bottom, and 2 times the square root of 3. Square root of 3 cannot be simplified, so it's just simply the square root 2 times the square root of 3. On the bottom, square root of 3 times square root of 3, as I said before, is whatever's inside here. Or what's inside there? 3. So there it is. That is 2 over the square root of 3 rationalized, simplified. Okay, let me go ahead and do another one real quick. All right, let's go ahead and do, I don't know, 5 over the square root of 7. You can take that times square root of 7 over the square root of 7. I think that's supposed to be a 7. Okay. And 5 times the square root of 7 is just 5 square roots of 7. And square root of 7 times the square root of 7 is 7. So there's that one. And then if you want to see the shortcut on one of these, it's actually pretty simple. We'll just do 3 over the square root of, I don't know, let's do 6. You know it's going to be 3 square roots of 6 over 6. So there it is, really quick and easy. Again, you don't have to do this for an assignment, but you do need to do it for test, and you will see it later. But that's how you rationalize the denominator. If you have any questions, just let me know.